Welcome to this detailed walkthrough of intelligent feedback in Staple AI. Think of it like turning your manual edits into smart instructions that the AI can learn from for future documents. So every time you fix something once, you don't have to fix it again. That's the core idea behind intelligent feedback. This way, you can have complete control on training documents, won't need a developer like in legacy tools for training, and of course, the most important, improve accuracy down the line. Situations where the date isn't in the desired format, or decimal separators use commas instead of dots, or there are gaps within the GST number, are just a few examples that come to my mind. But what more can Staple AI solve? That's practically infinite. Let us look at a few of these examples. I'm going to use this invoice to showcase the examples, but before that, let's quickly check the queue settings. So here, make sure that the intelligent feedback is enabled. Going inside the document. Here, let's go one example at a time. The GST number has spaces between the digits. Let's train the tool to remove them. So for that, I'm removing the space and I'll click on train. I'll have to enter a description, and the moment I click save training, it will take a couple of seconds to save. Let's say we don't want to include additional characters, such as a slash, in the invoice number. We'll have to remove them and then train the tool. Let's see a few more examples. Here I have CGST. For demo purpose, I've set up the system to not capture the value. Once it is saved, we can give a training here directly without tagging. The total amount is captured, but on the document, I have a comma, but here I have a dot. Let's train the tool to capture the comma instead of a dot. Clicking on Save Training. Now that we have trained the tool with a couple of documents, in the right corner of the document, we have the training sample. Here is the training sample that we have. You can find all the training data that we have given. So this is a user description that we typed, and this is a description that represents what the system has understood. This way, you can find training info for all the fields. Now let us get back to the document. Hit complete. Now I'm going to upload a similar document and then check the effectiveness of our training. The new document is uploaded. The previous one was 567, this one is invoice 568. Let's check out how effective our training was. Let's go one by one. There are spaces in the GST number field, but whatever is captured doesn't have the space in between. Let's look at the invoice number. The invoice number doesn't have any characters apart from the alphanumeric characters. Great. Training has worked. Now, let us look at the CGST. CGST is captured now. You can find the data here. Great. Next, we have the total amount, and instead of the full stop, now it has replaced the decimal separator with comma instead of the full stop. This is what we do for training. Apart from that, if you'd like to do a correction where you'd like to add data but do not want the tool to be trained on it, you can directly enter the data here. For example, this document doesn't have an integrated GST. If you'd like to have that value here, you can directly type it. This is subject to only this document. It will not be trained for on future documents. You can always go back to the training sample and take a look at it. If you'd like to make any changes, you can always make a change in the training sample. All the future documents will see the effect of it. Now let's get back to the document and hit complete. Also, you can find the training sample in the rightmost corner of a queue. Since there is only one training sample, you can find the training sample here. So whatever change we make here will affect the upcoming documents. Access to this page can be restricted, so please do not worry. In fact, I cannot make a change in the future documents that are uploaded. For example, this is the second document that we uploaded. When I want to go train the system, it won't let me do it. For example, I'm adding a 0 here. I'm clicking on train. It'll ask me to go to the training sample and train there. This way, you can have complete control on training documents, avoid training overlaps, and improve accuracy down the line. Also, data like the ISO country code that are not available on the document can also be captured. We can enter the data and then train the tool so that it is fetched automatically in the future documents. So, what are you waiting for? Go experiment with the all-new intelligent feedback feature.